Hello and thank you for coming to the McWaters Effect. I'm your host Matt. Today we're going to be talking about the co-founder of Black Lives Matter. But first I need you to hit the like and subscribe button. And don't forget, please share the video. Helps the channel grow. Now let's get on with the show. Alright, here's the first story. Inside BLM co-founder Patrice Kahn Collard's $1 million real estate buying binge. I'm trying to figure out what they consider to be a binge. Because buying 4 houses equaling up to $3 million, it's a little bit more than a binge. You know what I'm saying? BLM activist calls for an investigation into the Marxist co-founder real estate purchase. In that article, it shows the Black Lives Matter chapter chief's opinion on the situation. A local Black Lives Matter chapter chief has called for an investigation into one of the founders of the activist group after reports emerged that the self-styled Marxist spent millions on multiple real estate purchases. Now, the Black Lives Matter Foundation raised more than $90 million in 2020. He has more to say further down into the bottom paragraph here. If you go around calling yourself a socialist, you have to ask how much of your own personal money is going into charitable causes, he said. It's really sad because it makes people doubt the validity of the movement and overlook the fact that it's the people that carry this movement. He is 100% correct about that. Her activities that she's been doing lately makes the movement look like it's not legitimate. It makes it look like that money's not going to the African American people that it should be going to, and that's the people that are getting hurt. People that are supposed to be representing, not the people, not themselves. Of course, she's a Marxist, so there's that. And if you really want to know where that money goes, it goes right here. Donations to Black Lives Matter goes to Act Blue, the activist arm of the Democrat Party. Who would have thunk it? Alright guys, now we're at the part of the video where I give my opinion. First thing, who could be surprised that the Black Lives Matter has been taken over by the Democrat Party? The Republican Party did the same thing to the Tea Party movement. Not only that, the idea you would think a Marxist wouldn't go and spend that much money on houses, don't get me wrong, it's a good investment. Where does she get the money from? Most activists don't make that kind of money. And that's why the guy wants to have an investigation to see if that's the case. And majority of socialists, Marxists, and communists, that's how they get rich, by taking from people that are desperate in need of help. I mean, perfect examples, look at AOC. When she got into Congress, she was a bartender. She got in there, she started taking advantage of people, started trying to say she was representing people that were hurt by the system. What happened? Now she's a millionaire. She's got 2 or 3 houses. The same thing with Bernie Sanders and the rest of the progressive Democrats. If you're progressive, that means you have either socialist, communist, or Marxist tendencies. That also means you're going to use what you have to do to get rich. They say they don't believe in capitalism, but the fact is they're the biggest capitalists in the world. But they're only capitalistic for themselves. For everybody else, you got to be down on your knees working in the dirt to make a living. Screw the little people is their attitude, and she's no different. She co-founded this organization supposedly to help people. No, she did it to help herself. That's all it was. She's no different than Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton. Should be ashamed. Matter of fact, we should all be ashamed for even donating to something like this. Especially when you look and see it's actually going to the Democrat Party. That's where all the money's going. The only ones that are making any money in that group is the co-founders. George Floyd's family didn't get anything for Black Lives Matter. They got the money they got from the state and the city. Trayvon Martin's family didn't get any money from them, so on and so forth. And they're certainly not helping inner cities. Another thing, the only time you see them get activated is whenever a black man is killed by a cop. They don't get activated whenever a kid is killed in the inner cities because they don't get headlines. When you watch the MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, the only killings they talk about when cops kill someone is when it's a black person. And Black Lives Matter don't go and protest whenever these young kids in these inner cities get killed. And they certainly don't go into communities to try to help small businesses stay afloat because of what's going on with COVID. They're not helping them either. At the beginning of this movement, it was a good movement. It was trying to do something good to help the families of the people that were slain by cops. But now, it's been bastardized by the Democrat Party, pretty much. They turned into an activist wing of the Democrat Party. I don't think that was the intentions of Black Lives Matter when it first started. If it was, please comment at the bottom and let me know. Is there something I'm missing? Alright guys, now we're at the part of the show where I do quote of the day. If you're not ready to die for it, take the word freedom out of your vocabulary. Quote, Malcolm X. Alright guys, we're at the end of the show today. Please hit like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. Peace.